Hi, my name is Sergio, and today we're going to be talking about how to integrate BLP through an LMS called Blackboard using LTI. So an LMS is just a learning management system. It's a software that is explicitly designed to create, distribute, and manage the delivery of educational content. Think of a learning management system as a technology that can improve learning, making it faster, more productive, more cost effective, and what is more critical, trackable. And it uses a framework that is called LTI, which is an initiative managed by the IMS Global Learning Consortium to integrate learning applications used by instructors into their courses, right? So it includes a standard protocol for establishing a trusted relationship between the tool provider and the learning management system so that students and teachers can have a seamless integrated experience of using the tool within the context of their course. In LTI terms, VMware Learning Platform is considered an LTI tool provider and is configured as an external tool. An LMS is considered as the LTI tool consumer. So right now what you are seeing is the VMware Learning Platform admin UI, and the first thing that we need to do is to open this menu right here and go to Integrations, LTI Integrations. Let me close the menu. So as you can see at the top under LTI integration, we have two tabs, one for version 1.1 and another one for version 1.3. That's because LMSs uses both of them. Some LMSs can be configured or only support version 1.1, and there are some others that only supports version 1.3. In this case, Blackboard uses both, but we're going to be working with version 1.3. So this is really important to know that you have the options to set up VMware with pretty much any LMS in the market, as long as they support LTI, of course. So for version 1.3, BLP will provide this information right here, the one that is at the bottom. LTI version 1.3 tool settings. So please copy this information into a notepad because this one is needed. Is the information that in this case, Blackboard is going to need from BLP. I already copied that information in a notepad. And then the second part is to create the LTI integration right here. And this is information that Blackboard or the LMS uses using LTI version 1.3 need to provide to BLP. So let's just cancel that information for now. And now let's go to our Blackboard developed web page. This one is really important because Blackboard requires to add VMware Learning Platform as an application. So you need to register BLP. So the first thing that you need to do is to sign up and then log in, and you will get this page right here. So you need to register. The information right here is pretty much the application name and description, and the domains is information that you can just add from your own environment, yeah, right? So it could be any name and any descriptions. And you need to select this option right here to enable LTI version 1.3. And as you can see, the information right here, the login URL, the tool URL is the information that we copy over from BLP. So let me just start copying the information right here real quick. The application, like I said, it could be any name. Could be your company name or the name of the software that you are developing. Now, this is going to be the domain. Then the login URL. Like I said, this is information that we copy from BLP. In this case, the redirect URL in our case is something that we call the launch URL. And then we have the JWKS URL, which is pretty much the private key. And now let's click on register application and generate the API key. So right now Blackboard is doing something in the background, and it is generating some information. So now this information is the one that we need to copy over to BLP. So please copy this information, save it, and let's just start copying the info. The first thing is gonna be the public key. No, sorry, this information right here, the user, which is pretty much the platform ID. So let's create the LTI integration. Platform ID. It's just the Blackboard URL. Now let's get the public key. This one right here. Now we need to copy the access token, which is this one. Token. Now we need the authorization request. This one right here. The client ID in this case is the application ID. And you will need that application ID as well in a bit. So please copy that information in your notepad. The application ID, like I said, is going to be the client ID. And we are missing what part, right? The deployment ID right here. And for that, we need to do something else. So let's click done right here. And now let's go to our LMS dashboard. So let's select System Administrator, LTI Tool Providers, and register LTI 1.3. The client ID, like I said, is going to be the application ID. So let's put that information right here and click Submit. Now, Blackboard is pulling out the information from the developer webpage. So as you can see, this is pretty much the information that we just entered there. And now we have the deployment ID right here. And this is what we need for BLP to create the integration. That's it. Let's create the integration. This is it. That's all that we need to do from BLP. Now, in this case, we need just to approve the tool status, and we don't need to actually change anything from here. This is Blackboard stuff, so this is something that you need to discuss with Blackboard, because this will represent the way that you will deliver your training or your labs from Blackboard, right? So let me just submit this. And there we go. That's the whole LTI integration. So you are now ready to go. From now on, everything that you need to do from here is about creating the content in Blackboard. So if you need any assistance, please reach out to Blackboard support. From BLP, there's nothing else to do. The only thing that is needed if you are going to create the content is something that is called the LTI parameter, and that's something that can be found right here. So let's open this menu. Let's go to Lab Management. Now Labs. So as you can see, I have two labs. So if you register both of them to your Blackboard LMS, so the way that Blackboard knows which one it needs to deploy is if gonna be Lab 01 or Lab 02, you need to provide the LTI parameter and copy that information and paste it into the Blackboard UI when you are creating the content. And that's information that can be found right here. So if the information is not available right here, what you need to do is to enable this button right here and search for LTI. There you go. Close. And now the information is right here. As you can see, for lab 01 is pretty much the SKU name. And for lab number 2 is also the SKU name for lab number 2. So this information is needed when you are adding the lab to the Blackboard UI. So this is it. That's the whole integration. So as you can see, it's pretty simple, pretty easy. You just need to copy and paste some information in order to communicate between the LMS and BLP. If you have any doubts, we have everything very well documented right here. So you can just search through the documentation for VMware Learning Platform using VMware Docs, and the information is going to be available for you. Also, if you need any help from BLP, please don't hesitate in contact us through our support channels. All right, I hope you like it. Thank you for watching.